to Rick's Corner Live. One of those humid afternoons outside where you just sit and sweat. But hopefully that'll cool off in a couple of days and be able to recapture our dryness and our coolness. Although I try to stay cool. I want to talk about meal preps because I hear a lot of people doing this. They prepare the meals for the whole week. They have everything lined out so that they stay on their diet, and it's actually a really good idea. I've never done that. I know back in the golden era, we just ate what we ate, and we cooked it up as we went. I'd buy it, I'd stick it in the refrigerator, and I had a little hibachi barbecue. So I would do like 2 beef patties with cheese and cottage cheese, maybe a steak once in a while, or maybe some fish, but basically it just depended on what I felt like eating. In a lot of relationships, the woman always says to the man, it happens to be Monday or Tuesday, where would you like to eat Saturday night? Because we have to make reservations. I know this happens a lot. My feelings are on that. I don't know where I want to eat Saturday night. I can't tell you today where I want to have dinner because I just had lunch and I don't know what I feel like eating for dinner. So it's hard for me to plan in advance or meal prep because maybe I don't want to eat that. You know, you bring home leftovers and you have chicken or you have fish or you have steak left over and you say, I'll eat it at another time. And then you look at it and you say, God, I don't want to eat that at all. You just lose your taste for it. And as you're bodybuilding and training, doing a high protein diet, you lose your taste for a lot of things because it's just bland food. I mean, how many times can you eat hamburger patty, eggs, and cottage cheese, or chicken breast and brown rice and that type of thing? But you do eat it because you know it's good for you, and you eat because you like the benefits. You're not eating for taste. If you eat for taste, you'd be eating cheeseburgers, fries, and a chocolate shake, which maybe I'll do like once every 6 months. Nah, not even that often. It's just once in a while, though. The thing about meal prep is you have to have something that's going to withhold the week, not get moldy, not get old and stale and dry. So you have to really plan what it is you want to do. I prefer, like I said, just to have stuff ready to use. And the other thing is, as far as dinners go, I rarely ever eat home. I used to all the time. I used to use the barbecue. But it's just me. So for me to go out and eat, I can eat a lot cheaper than going to the market and buying food for every night because it seems to add up to be twice as much. And I found places I can go where I can actually order what I want, and it's really cooked right, and it tastes good, and it's high protein, and there's not a lot of carbs, and it's easy to do. Over the years, just from being on the road wrestling, I found restaurants and menus that really cook the way I want to cook. Whatever I want, they'll do it for you. And it's $10-12 for a meal, for a dinner, so that's not so bad, maybe even less. Thai food, there's always good Thai food, and the glass noodles I like, there's really no calories or carbs in them at all. With chicken and vegetables, you can't beat that. You can go to the chicken cafe. You can get half a chicken with veggies and salad for like $12. I mean, and it's a good meal. Stuff like that's good. I went to Dickey's Barbecue, and they have brisket of beef or they have pulled pork, so I just get maybe a ½ pound of beef and a little coleslaw with it, and I'm good to go. I don't even need a sandwich. But breakfast, too. Now, I was saying the importance of breakfast. The most important thing about breakfast is it gives you fuel to burn when you go. I mean, you can't get in your car in the morning on an empty tank and drive to the gym because you'll run out of gas. If you don't have something to eat before you go to the gym and work out, you're going to run out of gas. You got to have something to burn. And so many people tell me, "Oh, I eat after the gym. I like to burn my fat while I'm in the gym." It doesn't necessarily burn fat. It tires you out of anything because you're not doing anything. Somebody had mentioned to me years ago that you don't want to train on empty blood, and I got that. I said, that's the greatest line I've ever heard. When your blood has no nutrients in it and you're working out, it can't feed your muscle what it wants to feed it because it's blank, it's empty, it's vacant. So if you have your branched chain aminos and you have your carbs and your stuff at breakfast time, by the time you get to the gym, you're utilizing foods that go through your body and help to rebuild muscle and give you the energy to burn. Doesn't that make sense? I mean, think about it. Why would you want to go on an empty stomach and work out? You have no energy. It's the worst thing for me as possible. I mean, I've tried it and I don't like it at all. So I think that if you get up in the morning, you have your breakfast, and as a bodybuilder for years, I would have a little bit of apple juice. I mixed this powdered greens from Old School Labs in it, so I get my green vegetables, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little water, and I stir it up with my blender. I have one of those prawn blenders, those hand blenders, and they do really, really well. And then I make my eggs in the same blender, yolks and all. And then I have a little bit of oatmeal with sweet and low on it, maybe slice a few bananas, and I'm ready to go. That along with my vitamins, of course. So that makes a good breakfast to burn. Sometimes I'll do almond milk with a bit of Special K and some bananas. I know that I'm not a cold cereal guy, but I tried it this past year, and it was kind of refreshing. I got tired of oatmeal, especially when it's hot outside. And then I go to the gym, and I'm really ready to work out because I have all this food in me, all these nutrients that aren't real heavy, but they burn really well. The apple cider vinegar I do morning and night, and a lot of people are telling me now that they started doing it. I've been doing it for 30 years. It's really good for your body. It burns up a lot of bacteria. It has a lot of value to it. It burns body fat. It's good for your digestion. It's good for everything. Apple cider vinegar, a spoonful in the morning and a spoonful at night. Now, you can take it out of the bottle raw, but it's really tart. So with a little apple juice and water and the greens that I use, it has kind of a minty flavor. It's actually pretty good. So I would suggest having breakfast. I don't know what it is you eat normally. I don't think a bowl of cereal is worth it. I think you've got to have the eggs, and I'm not talking egg whites. You got to have the eggs, and you got to have the carb, which is a little oatmeal, like I say, or maybe, I don't know, Special K and some almond milk. I don't drink regular milk because I don't want dairy. I don't eat dairy. So that's a good plus before you go to the gym. Then after the gym, or after I work out, I bring my drink, and it's branched chain aminos, and I've been using pea protein, which I mentioned last week. And it tastes pretty good. Not that I'm about the taste, but I'm about results. If I was about taste, I'd be everything fattening I can get my hands on. But when you're training and you want to get in shape, it's not about taste, because even protein, people would ask me, does it taste good? And it doesn't really matter how it tastes, as long as it does the job. That's all that matters to me. So I've tried every kind of protein possible, and some taste really bad and some taste really good. But it's not about that. And that's really the sales point when you buy a protein. People say, well, it tastes good, so you better buy it. Well, if it tastes good, it might have a lot of sugar in it, and you better check the label and make sure that it doesn't. See if I have any questions on here. Like I said, this is a... who's the guy we spoke about? Dave Half. Dave Half, I think he weighed around 260 at the time. This guy was strong, 500 or 600 pound bench press. And the guy was really, really big triceps. Great guy. He does special effects for movies, and he's a sculpturist and an artist, a fantastic artist. He just got out of the hospital. He had some stomach surgery, and he lost he's probably lost about 50, 60 pounds, but he looks great, nice and lean. I saw him at the movies with his daughter, and he was up and running again with his stitches, so he's doing well. He's back in the gym working out. I had him on a long time ago, and I'll try to get him on again. He really smart guy. What herbal supplements? No, I really haven't done any of those. I don't know if they're good or not. I don't know much of them. I don't have any pictures of him. I'm sorry if Dave has. I don't think he even has any pictures of him, because I asked once. Let me see what we got here as far as questions. Now, I can't scroll this damn thing for some reason. Oh, here we go. No, just people who joined. Anyway, I would definitely say that the breakfast is, people always say it's the most important meal of the day. It definitely is an important meal. You've got to have that before you go out and do what you got to do. Now, the protein drink after the workout, if you train in the morning, and then lunchtime is probably about 2 hours later, and you can have, like I said, high protein. I had tuna fish and cottage cheese today. Sometimes I have tuna fish and eggs and cottage cheese. Sometimes I have a burger patty and eggs and fruit. And then around, this time, almost 4 o'clock, I'll have the branched chain aminos with the pea protein again. Unless I have a piece of salmon in there from the other night, I might eat that. It's not the most appetizing thing in the world in the middle of the afternoon, but it's there. And then dinner rolls along, and it's going to be probably steak and broccoli or steak and veggies. I'm a little tired of chicken. I'm actually a little tired of steak, so I might even be getting fish. I did fish for a whole year, nothing but fish and rice, and I really leaned out really, really well. I might even try that again this coming next 6 months and see how that works out. But fish, you can never go wrong with it. It's pure protein. There's not a lot of calories in it, and it's really good for you. Then we get into bedtime, which... not really bedtime, but I say 10, 11 o'clock at night, because I stay up a little bit later. And I have my fiber, which is Metamucil, orange flavored, along with the apple cider vinegar and a branched chain aminos. And I just hit it with a blender again and drink it down, and it lasts me through the night. Someone mentioned to me in the gym that they're doing the Metamucil, the orange flavored, and apple cider vinegar. So I said, add some vanilla protein to that, and then water, and then mix it up. It tastes like an orange Julius. If any of you remember the orange Julius stands in the malls, it was really a good drink. Or a 50-50 bar, which is orange popsicle with vanilla ice cream. Well, that's what the drink tastes like if you make it. And you have to use Metamucil, which is orange-flavored fiber, apple cider vinegar, and a scoop of vanilla protein and some water, and you hit it with a blender. Those blenders that they make, they're a tall white blender. You can get them for $20 at Target. You just stick it in your drink and hit it, and it just blends it right up. Those are the best things I've ever seen, that you just clean them right off, wash them right off. All right, guys, that's my take on food prep and breakfast, and I hope it helped you out a little bit, because it definitely works, and you've got to be consistent. You can't just do it once in a while. Anything you do in life should be consistent if you want results, and it works really well. Training has to be consistent, diet has to be consistent, sleep has to be consistent, and that all figures together to give you the best body you could possibly have. And you want to be the best you can for who you are at the time and your age you are at the time, and life goes on from there. Stay tuned for more Rick's Corners that are coming up. I have my booked all week with guests, and it's in addition to what I'm doing on Facebook Live, and I hope you like it. Go to my website, rickdrasin.com. You can order the autographed Gold's Gym logo as a gift for you or somebody else, and I'll sign it to you and autograph it. Also, my book, The Time of My Life, that tells my story from teen years on till now and all the experiences I had on the road, wrestling and bodybuilding down in Venice Beach as a musician for Capitol Records and on tour. And there's a lot of fun stuff in there and a lot of photos. So that's The Time of My Life, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Google, and Amazon. You'll find it on there. It's a Kindle download. And then, like I said, the autograph Gold's Gym logo. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a nice evening. It's coming up in a couple of hours. Bye-bye.
Drasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.